Man, what's up?
You can set stuff up where you can use on your sites, right?
Right.
You can set it up where you can.
If I said something about you, that's because I know I'm willing to say it if you're standing in front of me.
Saying wild ass shit for no reason, it all has context. So when the context is removed,
I ain't want to say nothing about this, but I'm gonna say something about it. Dion.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Now listen to this. Corey Holcomb is starting to realize that refusing to take accountability can come back and hit you in ways you didn't expect. When people show up to your show, they're coming because they believe you're authentic, somebody real, somebody who stands on what they say. And when that image cracks even a little, it can definitely leave an impact. Now here's the wild part. Folks are saying the comments section has actually been trying to give him solid advice. They're literally telling him to move on from the situation. Stop bringing it up every episode. Stop complaining about it. And the crazy thing is, that same comment section he's frustrated with is actually trying to help him out. But in his mind, all of that feedback is just negativity. He's even claiming those comments are bots, bro. Yeah, you heard that right. He and Craig Smith are on the podcast right now, suggesting the comment section is full of bots. But hold up, that doesn't really add up. Those are real people typing those messages. Nobody's running some secret agenda against you. This isn't some coordinated smear campaign designed to tear down your name. These are reactions to the things you actually said. And the comment section is mostly your own audience responding. A lot of those people are even paying members of your channel, which means when you go live, the only ones who can even speak in the chat are the members who support you. So half the time, it's not random strangers who just discovered you yesterday. These are viewers who have been watching for a long time. People who've shown up to previous episodes. People who used to be strong supporters. And now they're tuning in again and thinking, hold up, this dude is still talking about the same thing.
Yeah. Man, what's up? We are back. The most... what would you call this show nowadays?
the most hated, lied on.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, the most hated, lied on. Spend whatever money at all costs to bring them down because ain't no motherfucking Backdooria up here at show. Anyway, yo, man, this is funny. What was y'all telling me earlier? Because I already knew this anyway. I just didn't have a word for it.
Oh, just these bot sites, man. These bot attacks, you know.
But not just the sites. We were also reminding him that in chats, live chats, show
those
chats.
are night bots in the chat. In the chat is night bots. In the comments, is bots. You can program.
Explain what you're saying.
So you can go on bot sites and you could pay to have 1,000 different accounts send you messages or variations of the same messages from a targeted demographic. You know, if say you pay for 1,000, 200 to come from black women between the ages of 15 and 25, then another 250 of the messages will come from black women between the ages of 50 and 60, and then another 500 will come from young black males between the ages of 20 and 35, and then you could program it, you can customize it to leave messages at different variations, different times, like 3:15.
But make sure you explain, like, because some people don't even know what you talk about.
Yes, bot sites where they have
bot sites where people talking shit.
Yeah,
it look like it's a person talking shit,
but it's a bot. Yeah.
It's a bot.
Right. So and it'll, when they stick it on your page, it could have certain keywords. Anytime you say ant, or anytime you say that's funny, or anytime you say Backdooria, it'll leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be variations. It'll be 50 variations of the same comment. You know what I'm saying? So when you start seeing them types of tirades, these blitzkriegs of certain types of messages, that's all bots and night bots and
things where I'm like, is that a real girl talking? Because you can see when they talk, it looks delayed a little.
One comment. So you've been on the internet 11 years. You made one comment. That's a bot. You've been on the internet 2 years. You made 2 comments. That's a bot.
Now listen, being a little delusional isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes the level of success people reach in this world requires a certain kind of crazy confidence. I mean, let's be honest. You'll hear older folks talk about technology and how they think the internet works, and it can be kind of funny. You sit there like, I get what you're trying to say, but that's not how this works. And that's exactly what this situation feels like. Those weren't bots in that comment section at all. Those were real people giving their honest opinions about what they saw happen. You can't shift the blame somewhere else on this one, my G. It's not TMZ running some campaign against you. It's not bots. There's no secret agenda here. This is simply people reacting and making content about the things you said yourself.
You can set stuff up where you can use on your sites, right?
Right.
You can set it up where you can avoid certain comments by hashtagging or making those particular words stand out. Like you could say, if any comment comes through that has this particular word in it, let's say, right? And then it won't even allow it.
And the idea,
go ahead.
And the idea is just to oversaturate somebody's timeline and messages to kind of try to take the wind out of the fan base, you know what I mean? To get people to believe in shit that ain't really for real, you know what I'm saying?
Start little fake arguments.
It's a campaign.
Maybe the move here is to switch things up a little. Just a thought. Maybe try a different angle. Maybe pivot the conversation instead of running the same topic back every week. But nah, the response is always, it's the bots. You know how that goes. Meanwhile, the routine stays the same. Every Tuesday, the same energy, the same rant, the same cycle, and then Corey Holcomb jumps right back into that tough guy persona again. And it's like, hold up, can we be real for a second? Bro, can we dial that down just a little? Because that's not really how the real world works. At the end of the day, you're pushing close to 58 years old, so let's think this through for a second. What exactly happens if you walk up on somebody and say, repeat what you said about me in that video? And then they repeat it, word for word. What's the next move? Not even talking about me, just anybody. Are you swinging on them? And if you do, what do you really think happens next? Because once you throw a punch at a grown man, whether it lands or misses, things escalate fast. It's not as simple as people imagine in their heads. You can't just react every time someone says something you don't like. Now look, I understand protecting your name. Your reputation is your reputation, and standing on your principles is important. I respect that part. But the real question is, how far are you honestly willing to take it? How far are you really ready to go over somebody's comments online? Are you actually prepared to crash out over words on the internet? I mean, I get it, that's part of the tough guy image you're trying to present, but we already saw the moment where you said you were going to take people's YouTube money, and that didn't really go anywhere. Those kinds of threats just end up sounding empty after a while. Nobody's actually scared, nobody's hiding, nobody's shutting their channels down. At the end of the day, people are simply responding to the things you said publicly, and that's really all the situation comes down to.
If I said something about you, that's because I know I'm willing to say it if you're standing in front of me. And I think we need to remember that code as we are watching what's happening out here. If you are around a man that you ain't never seen nothing but fold, when people are standing in front of him, he does not have the credibility to be taken seriously. Because sometimes you're gonna go against somebody that might be bigger than you, somebody that might have a bigger army than you. See, once you reach a certain level of manhood, not only do you not fold, you just don't do whole shit because you be like, I can't even bring myself to do it. Like, for example, all of the sissies that's bringing up the PDF shit, you won't say that in a man's face because men will be like, okay, it's time to go off script because the script we running is to be safe. We want to be safe. We want to be in a situation where it ain't no drama. But some men in your face, they antagonize you on purpose, which happened up here. One day when you wasn't up here, it was somebody sitting in that seat.
Have you ever stopped and thought about this for a second instead of immediately blaming TMZ for everything? Because if we're being honest, the timeline really shifted after the incident with Anton. Once that situation with Anton happened, that's when things started unraveling publicly. That's when the dominoes started falling one after another. The video of you hitting the woman surfaced and spread everywhere. Then more allegations started popping up. Then people began digging up those old, weird, uncomfortable comments you had made before. And all of that started circulating right after that incident. So the real question becomes, who exactly should be blamed here? Honestly, the first person I would have been questioning is Anton before jumping straight to blaming TMZ. Because let's be real for a second. What makes you think you're that big of a target for TMZ to invest that kind of energy or money into exposing you? Listen to this. The space we're operating in right now is actually a pretty small niche. It's not some giant mainstream arena. The people watching this video right now probably follow the same circle of content. We're basically our own little corner of the internet. This audience isn't necessarily the same crowd glued to networks like CNN every day. That's just not the demographic we're talking to. Think about it for a second. If you're watching this right now, you probably already understand the type of content ecosystem we're in. This is our lane. This is our audience. And because of that, TMZ really isn't losing sleep over you, my G.
Saying wild ass shit for no reason, it all has context. So when the context is removed from a layered conversation, a multi-dimensional conversation, and is presented in the context of a narrative, the fact that most people don't understand that is crazy to me.
Well, shit. If you dealing with bots in Backdoria, how do you think the world is going to function in a way where we can be productive? Bots in Backdoria. Just think about it.
Right.
You talking to a man, he might be a bot. You watching a video. Is that the video for real?
Right.
You look at what this world has been. It's not even real. Your eyes are seeing people talk that look human, but it ain't even a human being. It's a bot.
Right.
And to go as far as saying all the clips were taken out of context, nah, that's not it. These clips aren't twisted, they're exactly what was said. Craig Smith, listen, Corey Holcomb gets up there talking wild sometimes. All we're doing is commenting on what we see and what we hear. That's it. There's no script, no box, no fake setup. None of this is manufactured. These are real statements. And just to be clear, Craig, this ain't about you. It's your co-host saying these things. Corey's comments are what we're addressing. And some topics are just off limits. Kids and sex jokes don't mix, period. That combination doesn't work and can't be played for laughs. Nothing about that is funny. Now check this out. Corey can be a walking contradiction. He'll say someone else went too far, but who decides that? If we're going back and forth, it's war. Anything goes. Everything's on the table. It's not supposed to be fair. When I'm in a battle, I'm not there to play fair. I'm there to win. That's just how the game works.
I ain't want to say nothing about this, but I'm gonna say something about it. Deion Cole was talking, did a joke on one of the award shows he was hosting. Well, he made a joke about Nicki Minaj. And people are sending him stuff talk about his deceased mom and how she should be dug up and all like that. I just never grew up in a time where you could do that.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
I never grew up in a time, and I never want to be part of a time where you can basically say stuff like that from a safe place.
It might be over,
When I grew
Corey.
up, people would come to your house.
It might be over, Corey. We just don't know yet.
What you mean when you say it's over?
I'm just saying all this shit, man.
Corey's going as far as saying something went too far when he's literally talking about people's kids or disrespect coming at them in their own face. Nah, bruh. You can't expect to say whatever you want and then get upset when people react. You know the consequences that come with speaking your mind. I can't control how people respond or what they do when they push back. That's part of the game. You've got to be ready for it. I get that, and I accept it. But at the end of the day, Corey, that's not how this works. When people talk about you, you snap. You go off. You don't hold anything back. And honestly, at this point, I feel like Corey's going to have to come up with a new plan. He said he won't even try to pivot. He wants to figure out how to speak, pay his co-host, and figure out how to get a bag. How do y'all feel about the Corey Holcomb show right now? Do you think it's over? Do you feel like this might be the end for him? Honestly, at this point, it's looking really rough. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.